vast majority of millennials say that they will quit their job if their employer doesn't allow them to use social media or their cell phone while they are on the clock. So this was actually a survey that was done to see whether or not using your cell phone or using social media while on the job is very important. And a lot of people do feel it's important because they multitask. Not only are they working on their careers or the job at hand, they also have to do life maintenance. They got to take care of things in their personal lives. So let me tell you what the exact results were from the survey. So the survey found that most people don't want to stop texting or using social media. 60% of workers 18 to 34, that's the millennial demographic, say if their boss prevented them from using a mobile device to take care of personal tasks, they would actually quit that job.
Yeah.
Damn.
So now people are going to get mad at me, but then this is the kind of thing that makes me wonder how bad the economy is. Like, you got that kind of a luxury that you're like, oh my God, if I don't get to tweet at work, you know.
Yeah, well, look, here's the thing. Responding this way to a survey is very different from what they would actually do if they were in this predicament. Mm-hmm. Right? So do I really think 60% of these respondents would actually quit their jobs if their employer told them you can't use your cell phone, you can't use social media? No. But it is important, and I think it's important not only for millennials, but people in general, because most people work throughout the week, Monday through Friday, right? And they work during the hours that they would need to do life maintenance, like whether it's schedule a dentist appointment or a doctor's appointment, make sure that certain things in your personal life are in order. It's really, really difficult for you to make sure your personal life is put together when you're constantly at work. So I don't blame them for wanting to use their cell phones to take care of personal matters.
So I have two completely different points of view on this. One is I often defend the millennials, and I say, look, every generation grows up and then gets bah humbuggy and like, the younger generation, they don't know how good they got it. But at the same time, when you're like, oh my God, if I don't get to Instagram at work, I'm really going to quit, then it's harder to defend, right? You're like, hey, dude, just come on. The fact that you have a job is great, right? Mm-hmm. We hope it's a good job, right? And so it makes it a little harder to defend. Now, mm-hmm. on the other hand, I'm the boss here. Not a big deal. Okay, again, probably not an actual big deal. And I think the idea of telling everybody at work, get off your phone. Don't plan your dentist appointment. Like, if you're a boss, shouldn't you have better shit to do?
Yes.
Like, get out of people's personal lives. I don't care what they're doing on their phone. I just care if they're doing their job. If Anna doesn't show up on air because she's busy Snapchatting, then I got an issue.
Right.
But otherwise, what am I gonna, like, I'm gonna waste my fucking time to go down to her desk to figure out if she's doing the right thing or the wrong thing on her cell phone? That's weird, that's creepy, mm-hmm. It's counterproductive, it's unproductive.
Right. And we've done stories regarding studies that indicate during your workday, it's really important to take breaks from the task at hand. Because if you're just focused on doing nothing but your job, then you get burnt out. And you need a fresh mind in order to deal with certain things. So you got to take your lunch break. I know it's really difficult. I mean, I sometimes don't do it here. But you should take a little bit of time to deal with personal matters. And also, here's the thing. You're going to have a harder time dealing with your job if everything in your personal life is falling apart because you don't have time to deal with it.
Yeah, and of course, again, for having the perspective of an employer, yeah, of course I don't want some people to spend all day long talking to their friends, and I know that not everybody's doing a dentist appointment. Yeah, of course, some people are chatting and doing goofy shit, right? Because we're all humans, right? On the other hand, for the other bosses in the world, I don't get why you're not human. Like, do you never make a dental appointment in the middle of the day?
But they do.
Right. So they want different rules to apply to the people that work under them, right? Do you never send a goofy email to your friends in the middle of the day, right? Mm-hmm. So why don't you just let people have a little bit of breathing space? They might actually enjoy their jobs and be a little bit more productive.
Absolutely.
Right. I'm not buying all the breaks. That sounds like a lot of bullshit to me. But other than that, it's perfectly fine. Everybody relax, work as a team, get the job done.